Hi everyone, it's Bob and Fran, your healthy aging and healthy eating advocates, coaches, and authors. For most of us who enjoy a whole food plant-based lifestyle, we've been faced with a variety of family and social issues. And I think most all of you can identify with this.
So today we will discuss these and we'll pass along some ways to handle these challenges. And we save the most challenging situation for last, so please stay with us to the end.
So one big one is about eating in a restaurant.
Yeah, we live in a town where there's very few options for us. Very few restaurants have any plant-based options on the menu, so it's difficult when we want to go out to eat. So we tell our friends what we can eat and where we can eat if possible.
So we talk through with any folks that we're going to be dining with what our eating choices would be. And we'll, between them and us, we usually can come up with a restaurant or two.
Yeah. And we suggest that if possible, you call the restaurant in advance that you have chosen to go to and talk to the chef and see if he can't work something out for you. This has happened to us on several occasions, and we had great meals.
Yeah, really good.
As a matter of fact, they were so good that we asked the chef to put it on the menu in the future.
Yeah.
And then, if it's impossible for the chef to do something special for you, and you have to go to that particular restaurant, it's usually possible to have a salad, a plain baked potato, and some sides if push comes to shove.
Yeah, and you can make a meal out of it.
Yeah, it's more important that you're eating with your friends.
Yes. Being invited to a meal at a friend's house can be very problematic, and we've had a lot of weird experiences with that.
Yeah, now we've been plant-based for about 15 years now, but many years ago when we first started out, this couple decided to invite us to their apartment for dinner. And of course we accepted, and sitting in the living room, they served hummus and crackers, and that was fine. And then we moved into the dining room, and they served a big salad.
That was fine too.
That was fine too.
But,
and I peeked into the kitchen,
yeah,
and there was no other food. That was the whole meal.
Yeah.
They think all we eat is hummus and salad. So we
yeah.
went home and ate.
Oh, yeah. I remember that very clearly.
That was funny.
But I think if in a kind way, explain in very simple terms what you can eat and how your host can sort of veganize a dish. Don't you think that's possible? I mean, let's say, for example, you could suggest a pasta dish, maybe spaghetti, and instead of meat sauce, you could have them just do some mushrooms instead of meat.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that all of you are saying, yes, I've had similar experiences. So explaining to others why you eat plant-based will also eventually come up if it hasn't already. And we say, don't be defensive here with that. Don't be shy about indicating that this is your right and your choice to eat clean like this.
Basically, there's 3 reasons why somebody would go plant-based.
Yeah.
For personal health, which of course was our position, the environment, to avoid making climate change any worse than it already is, or the welfare of animals.
So if there are negative comments that come up while you're trying to explain why you're plant-based to people, we say just be empathetic and don't judge them even though they may be judging you. And you could tell people that we eat more than just brown rice with some steamed vegetables.
Which a lot of people think is all we eat, right?
I know. Go ahead.
Now,
Fran,
we
we have a couple tips that we've worked in here too.
We strongly suggest that you not give advice to anyone about healthy eating unless they ask you.
Yeah. If someone asks what you eat and what you do not eat, it's a good idea to simplify it for them, to sort of demystify your food choices.
Not everybody gets it. Like the other day, we were asked, what do you eat? And we said we don't eat any animals. And the person said, but you do eat shrimp, don't you? I mean,
Yeah, people just
they
don't
just
understand.
can't figure it out.
So we say to basically that we simply choose to eat no animal or dairy products. It's that simple. And a lot of times we try to use some humor as well.
Like, we eat nothing that has a mother or nothing that has a face.
And people sort of warm up to a little
They
bit
stop
of
to think
humor
about
there.
that one, yeah.
Also, we think it's a good idea to tell people that you're not perfect with your whole food plant-based diet. And I think some people think that vegans are like fanatics about everything. And I don't know about you all out there, but we're not fanatical. We enjoy the plant-based lifestyle.
We choose to eat that way, but if once in a while something creeps into a meal that may not be plant-based,
we
just don't
we don't make
go
a
crazy. We don't make a
it's
big deal
no
out of it.
big deal. So one other tip is that it's often useful to tell others what inspired you to go plant-based. So, for example, you could say something like, I never thought about going plant-based until I saw the What the Health movie or the Forks Over Knives movie, or for us it was, we went plant-based because we were trying to overcome illnesses, life-threatening illnesses. And so that changed our lives forever.
And when family and friends come to your home, kill them with kindness and serve them really delicious, flavorful, plant-based meals. And they'll be surprised at just how good food can change without having animal products in it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say literally kill them, but just knock them out with just a fantastic meal. And you're going to change people just by them watching you and seeing what you eat.
Hi friends, just a quick break here. Bob and I are very concerned about the dangerous chemicals in our drinking water and how they can ruin our health. So for several years, we've been using this convenient and economical AquaTrue tabletop reverse osmosis system in our kitchen to transform our tap water into filtered and purified water. No installation or plumbing is needed, and the result is pure, delicious water. So we urge you to click on the AquaTrue link in the description below and see for yourself how this can add so much to your healthy lifestyle and longevity. Please invest in your health now.
Finally, the question that we are asked most often is how to convince someone to go plant-based.
Yeah, usually someone in your family,
Yeah, a
you know,
partner or a spouse or a family member or a good friend.
the answer is simple. You can't. You cannot change others. All you can do is show by example how great you feel and look by eating plant-based, and if they choose to change, that's wonderful. This can be very difficult.
It can be, but sometimes you can make a deal with a partner or compromise in some way. Maybe asking them to watch the Forks Over Knives movie together one evening, or maybe agree to eat a plant-based meal 2 or 3 times a week, and maybe, I don't know, other options like that. You can just work something out, and you could stay plant-based, and they could start edging into that plant-based lifestyle
Now,
eventually.
and if you've got a macho partner, you may want to have him watch Game Changers, which is a great movie about how athletes have actually improved their performance by going plant-based.
Their strength, their speed, performance. It's an incredible movie called The Game Changers.
Another thing that we've seen some people do is eat plant-based at home, but if their partner is not plant-based all the time, they can choose to eat whatever they like out of the house when they go to a restaurant.
Also, it may be a good idea for some of us who are in the plant-based world to get some sort of a support system. Maybe meeting with people that are plant-based for a meal once every couple or 3 weeks or 4 weeks to enjoy each other's company and eat plant-based. Or maybe find a meetup group somewhere or an online whole food plant-based group. I would suggest strongly that you do some research on this.
I think you'll be surprised at how many groups you'll find
Yeah.
around, I was going to say around the country, maybe even around the world,
Oh,
because
for sure.
whole food plant-based eating is becoming more popular.
Yeah. So we've shared some of our experiences, and we would really love to hear some of yours on this topic as well. You could just post them in the comment section below. We, of course, would ask you to subscribe if you haven't as yet, to like us, to share our videos, and to press the notification bell so you'll be notified when we get a new video out for you to see. So,
We look forward to seeing you again
very soon. Thanks for coming.
Bon
Bye for now.
appetit.
Yeah.